I feel like Windwalker Mage still stands a chance, especially on the smaller maps, which is why this first game could decide the whole series.
All right, it's game number 1 here. OTK versus Kawhi. Loser knocked out of the tournament. OTK moves on to the finals.
We're not going to see the Moonkin Mage here from Kawhi. We actually had a word from Sidu after that game on Twitter saying that they lost pretty hard, but 2 of the games were big throw and the matchup is winnable. He's excited to get a rematch potentially. Let's see if they can do it right now. Kawhi leading with that Moonkin Windwalker so far. It's been treating them very well so far on the day, taking out their previous game against Space Station Gaming. Now looking to do the same here against OTK. OTK going to be leading with that Windwalker Mage here as well. Prev immediately going for the roar into the Cyclone, and look at Trill there. Beautiful shutdown. Now Samayam getting swapped to there with that leg sweep, but he's going to be able to survive that no problem. Sidu now getting a nice crowd control here onto Brain. Ring of Frost gets interrupted. Drake doing everything he can here to shut down Samayam. Ooh, big damage there. That was the altered time there, I do believe, from Sam, and he's still taking a lot of damage. Prev on that Moonkin is not kidding around, and we see Sam almost paying for it.
Let's be fair, that was Drake Zwen the Tiger. Prev is still waiting for his chance with Celestial Alignment, but he's still playing Kyrian. He's not Convoke the Spirits. Feels not Convoke, man. Unfortunately, here playing for the standard play. Doesn't want to go for the kind of all-in play there. That
you play Kyrian.
I know, I'm switching though. Maybe I'll wait and see if something changes. But
all right, here we go. Samayam getting some control on Drake with the Dragon's Breath, potentially looking for crowd control, but Prev's been able to get a lot of Cyclones in this game, and it is really difficult. I mean, right now, OTK, they could go after Prev in this matchup, but going after a Moonkin is extremely hard. They might even be more durable than a Mage. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe not, I guess. There's a sacrifice going out. That was combustion. A lot of incoming damage there by OTK. Brain at the same time taking quite a bit of damage. He's behind the pill right now. A huge sacrifice dot. And maybe they could just take Prev down. Absolutely insane. Certainly durable against that Windwalker Monk, but combustion, I mean, they can just shred through all those defense. And right now, Samayam taking a huge hit of damage as well. He's grouped up with Sidu. Dragon's Breath diffuses that. Looks like Samayam should be able to completely stabilize here in terms of mana. Sidu a little bit ahead right now, but I don't think it's going to be a big factor at this point in the game.
Very nice setup so far there onto Prev. Almost taking down Brain as well with that sack damage there. And Drake as well getting kind of blasted right now. Samayam's going to have his combustion rotating back up. He's just spamming away with these fireballs. Sidu getting crowd control right now. Let's see what they can get here. Prev getting shut down once again there by Trill. Excellently done. And Drake as well in the polymorph. And now Prev, he's got all of his cooldowns up during that setup. And they're actually doing a counter go here. Prev has to run with his cooldowns. He has no sacrifice here onto Brain. Brain still in crowd control. Frenzied Region is going to trigger, and you hate to see that as a Boomkin, forced to use your Trinket and your Barkin and sit in bear form with that Celestial Alignment up, and that means that Samayam should be fine here. Sidu actually trinketing here to keep his mage in the fight here, and that's going to be a nice low Cyclone there by Prev. If they can get any crowd control onto Sidu, Samayam could still be in trouble, but I don't think they're going to find it. Trill in a Cyclone. Big damage coming out with the spinning Crankits. Saved by the Light is going to trigger onto Samayam. Big fat Holy Light by Sidu is going to keep Sam alive. And here we go. Combustion gets pulled. Beautiful bash there. Samayam trinketing, blinking, gets Cyclone on it. Prev playing this one expertly here defensively.
Yeah, disorient Trill into Cyclone, just stop all the damage during the cooldowns. Good peels here from the side of Kawhi. Let's see if they can keep it up here, but because they're falling behind on mana. Prev is baiting Trill back into the room. Brain's trying to drink. Brain gets stunned by Sidu. Prev's just line of sighting Sam. Sam blinks in. Ring of Frost around the corner. Can he snipe it? He snipes it. Prev Barkskins. Will it be enough here? He does have that automatic Frenzy regen. He's going to pop a Battle Master, boost his health up, get that Iron Fur going in bear form. Tank Trill out for a moment here. Wait for Brain to get a crowd control. As soon as he is, he's looking to fake the interrupts. He fakes Trill, gets the Cyclone on Trill. Nice Cyclone by Prev here. Sidu in a stun. And now Sam could be in trouble. Cyclone swapped over. Beautiful crowd control here. Sam, they're looking for the caught. Remember, this is an elimination series. Loser is out of the tournament in third place. Winner gets a rematch against Cloud9 in the finals of North America. A lot on the line here. Sam gets blasted. once again by the Fury of Elune Star Surge combo, still taking a ton of damage. Sidu needs to recover. Is he going to be able to? Popping that Avenging Wrath, clutching out some big heals. Now Prev falling behind a bit. Brain has his Avenging Wrath. Both sides look stable, but Paladins are right on top of each other. Brain gets the first crowd control. Trill gets cloned on his spell there. Cloned again into a root. Sidu caught in a root beam. Trill in a bash. Trinkets to Tiger's Lust it. And it looks like Sam's going to blink away with the Vulpin, but his healer, Sidu, is still crowd controlled, trying to get away from Drake. Still really hard to get away from a Windwalker. Managing to get topped off by Sidu. Prev taking some hits from Trill. Sidu's chasing Brain down now. Brain needs to get away. He can't. He's caught in a Hammer of Justice. He pre-Blessing of Protections, though. And Prev just runs away from Zwen. But they swap to Brain with the Combustion. Clutch swap. Maybe they swap to Sidu, too, as he's caught in that leg sweep. Not going to be able to. But netting the Divine Shield is a massive lead, and they're ahead in mana right now. OTK are in a good position.
Yeah, they certainly are. I mean, Sidu looking like he's going to be able to completely top off his team. Samayam still hasn't had to use the Ice Block or Cauterize. Mana in favor of OTK right now at 4% dampening. Good control. Samayam just pulling back. Just wants to avoid the fight, basically. Just bait Drake in the open so we can get the Dragon's Breath Sheeps on him, control him up. But there is a full Hammer of Justice, and they are go, go, go. Samayam, does he have Alter Time? Does he have anything to survive? The crowd control ends onto Sidu. Sidu should be able to easily top off Samayam in this situation. Not many cooldowns rotating in from Kawhi. I think they are going to be able to hold on. Actually, Prev decides to just pull the trigger and get really aggressive. Sacrifice trades from Sidu. But behind the pillar, he's not really a target they can swap to at this time. Samayam just spamming out Polymorphs on Drake, controlling all that Windwalker Monk damage. Trill's going to portal away, does not want to get caught into that Cyclone. At the same time, they make a big swap on Drake, and Brain is able to get the sacrifice. Going after Brain now. Can they take him down? He's getting lower, down at 20% health. And it looks like he will be able to retreat to the pillar. Sidu in hot pursuit right now, continuing some of the damage, but doesn't want to fall behind on his own team.
Yeah, that was the Battle Master there for Brain, and I gotta say, I love these swaps to Brain. He doesn't have anything to break out of the next stun, so if they paralyze Brain and they set up a clean one-shot here with the next Combustor of Samayam, which is up right now, he can definitely be a target, but right now Samayam in a lot of trouble. Sidu in a Blinding Light, Hammer of Justice combo, has his Trinket, no sacrifice though. Samayam going to use his Battle Masters right there, and he should be fine here with that Alter Time. He's gonna go back in time, and now he's going to use that Soul Shape, and they are looking to set up the next go here, potentially. Sheep onto Drake. Brain, what are you gonna do? If you expose yourself, you could get swapped to. If you don't dispel Drake, he's gonna lose a lot of uptime with that Zwen, the Tiger on the map here. Samayam gonna be surviving that one, and Brain using his Brain right there to make the right call, in my opinion. Still very, very exposed target there. Sidu is there, and Trill as well. I think Brain knows it's coming here. There's the Dragon's Breath. Here we go. Big damage. Here's the one shot. Samayam Ice Blocks offensively. Where's the Bob, Sidu? There's the Root Solar Beam. Very nice defense there by Kawhi. Excellent read from Brain, from Previ, and from Drake to stop that. But Drake's still taking so much damage. Blessing of Protection on the Karma, and he does survive by the skin of his teeth there, Super Tees.
Yeah, Drake porting, rolling away. That was a close call, certainly. And Sam used block to go for the kill there. So now he is an exposed target. Celestial Alignment coming up soon, but Prev's under fire. Brain's trying to recover. His mana's getting taxed hard. Trill in a Cyclone. Bashes Sidu. Powers down Sam with a Star Surge. No follow-up, though. Prev gets denied. Sidu moving in on top of Brain. Looking like maybe they want to make another swap. Drake and a Poly. It's Counterspell and a Cyclone. It would be a good time to go while Cyclone's interrupted, but Sidu can't get there. He's trying to charge in on Brain. Blinding Light. They're going to go after Prev in the leg sweep. He bark skins. He's in bear form. He shouldn't die here. There's no cooldowns. He trades effectively. Should access that Frenzy Regen. Drake even paralyzing Sam, stopping the chain. Brain now stuns Sidu. Sam in trouble. He blocked earlier. Drake's pushing for the kill. Sam Vulpins. He gets ringed on his Vulpin. Blink into a leg sweep. Beautiful denial by Drake. Tons of damage. His sacrifice going to be enough as Sam gets lower and lower. Blazing Barrier activates. He's on the run. Sidu managing to recover. Now Sam Cyclone for a moment. Prev building up damage. Casting out those Wraths. Generating some Astral Power. He's got Celestial Alignment. There's no answer for it. If he just pops it here with a couple Star Surges, I think it's absolutely unhealable. He has Solar Beam. If they crowd control Trill, this could be the end of the game. If they can set this up. Root, is he going to get it? He's not able to find it. He's trying to root Sidu. There's the Paralyze. Where's the alignment? They could just totally KO Samayam right here and now. They're fully loaded. They're ready to go. They've got Zwen. They just have to pull the trigger on this crowd control. They could absolutely... There it comes! Celestial Alignment. Multiple Star Surges incoming. Sam... He was the dealer of those Star Surges a few BlizzCons ago, but now he's the receiver.
Yep, and right now, I mean, OTK is still in a lot of trouble. Zwen is available for Drake. He's got leg sweep rotating back up. Sam I Am has no blessing of protection available from Sea-Doo. He's got no trinket. He's going to have to eat all of that damage, and it's going to be up to Trill to potentially keep him alive, but he's caught into a Cyclone. Drake not looking like he wants to overposition just yet. Doesn't want to overextend. Brain is actually, I think he sat down for a drink. Massive mana now lead for Kawhi. This is looking good for them. This Windwalker, Moonkin, Paladin composition's looking good, but definitely cannot count OTK out yet. Still a lot of events of cooldowns ready for them, but I feel like Sam is the most trouble ever. And here it is. This could potentially be the Zwen. He doesn't actually use the Zwen on this go. Maybe a mistake there by Drake. He's holding onto it for some reason. I feel like, why hold on? Just use it. It's so much damage. Maybe he's waiting for the Avenging Wrath to fade, so Sea-Doo's healing is lower, but I feel like Samai would have been in an absolute nightmare situation there. Finally, this one comes in, 33% dampening. Can they take him down? But now Drake's just hit a full polymorph. Brain is so far away. Previ might get taken down. He has the renewal. He has the bark skin, not even opting to use it. This late in dampening could backfire, but so far it's going to be able to get away with the greed.
Yeah, and we're going to see Prev still taking a lot of damage here, though. Trill is all over him. It looks like he will recover there. It's still decent damage coming out here from Sam with those pyros. Now, Sam in a lot of trouble here. Nothing left. Drake's all over him. He's behind the pillar. I hope he has ult the time up. He does for sure there. Going to go back in time, and now Drake all over him once again, but he is in line of sight of Sea-Doo. He's got the freedom right there. Sam I Am finally 30 seconds remaining on his ice block, and now Prev pulls the trigger. Trill immediate in cap, immediate vivifies Drake now. Leg sweeping Trill right there, looking to go for the kill here. Sea-Doo in a Cyclone. They got the CC. They got the damage here. Sam, what are you going to do? Dragon's Breath onto Drake. He's going to be able to keep himself alive a little bit longer with that. Sea-Doo has the sacrifice, opting not to use it. There it is. Beautiful Battle Master there from Sam I Am. He gets Cyclone on low HP. Now Sea-Doo pushing in for the CC attempt here. Prev now getting counterspelled. Full sheep secured onto Brain. He might need to trinket sacrifice here. Prev trying to keep himself alive. Nice roar right there, and good kiting there by Prev, playing the defense expertly, and he's going to be able to hold on to some of Brain's cooldowns there because of those defensive moves.
All right, let's see if they can. Prev's at half health through bark skin, 42% dampening. Brain has a mana lead, though. Suddenly that is in favor. Combustion up for Sam. That's a big hitting attack. Incarn up soon, or Social Alignment up soon for Prev. That's also a hard hitting attack. Zwens are coming off cooldown. This is going to be over as soon as those abilities are up. I don't think we're seeing another round of them. Sea-Doo gets crowd control. Sam has his block, but he might have to press it almost instantly after it comes off cooldown. Sea-Doo sacrifices immediately, but it's not the ultimate sacrifice. He's still taking damage through it at the moment, getting absolutely decimated by Drake and Prev. Trill's trying to pressure Prev away. He interrupts the Cyclone. Brain stabilizes Prev. Sea-Doo is stabilizing Sam. It's costing a ton of mana to do so. Now we're waiting to see when of the Tigers. Combustion gets pulled on Prev. He doesn't have a trinket. Sacrifice from Brain trades. Now Sam in a stun. Incarn comes out from Prev. Huge counter assault. Where's the block? Sam tries to blink. He's trying to be greedy. Drake's in pursuit. He line of sights here with the Vulpin Shapeshift. Another Star Surge. Big Starfire. Sam I Am gets cycloned at low health on Sea-Doo's big heal. If they can crowd control Sea-Doo's big heal here, it could be devastating. He bashes it. That has to be a block. There's no way. Ice block was forced. That low Cyclone netting more cooldowns than would have otherwise been gotten. Trill now Cycloned. And Kawhi looked to retreat away. That was the big hit from all the members of each team. Things are going to be a little bit of a calm moment here as those powerful cooldowns look to reset.
Yeah, but 50% dampening. Both these healers are going to really start struggling. Brain maybe even sat down for another drink. Sam under fire right now. Drake is all over him. Prev just tanking Trill's damage in bear form as long as he can. He's got bark skin. Renewal's not available just yet. Both these paladins running in fumes in terms of cooldowns. Sam I Am taking some huge hits. And it does get interrupted there by Prev as well. But that Blessing of Protection going to be super effective. There's no Dispel. Sam I Am's going to be able to basically sit pretty. Previ's still just kiting away in bear form. Sam I Am, Ring of Peace on top of Drake. Drake gets the double stun. Beautiful double stun at the same time. Previ gets interrupted. Still in bear form. Maybe looking for a Cyclone. He gets the Cyclone on Trill. Trill trinkets out. Big damage on both sides, but Sam I Am could be the one to fall. He's on the run. He's so low. He has to cauterize, though. He has to cheat death. He might be able to hold on. Sam I Am literally dancing with death. He uses the Dragon's Breath to survive. Cauterize does proc, gets a little bit of a heal. He's just going to be kiting it out. Previ low in the meantime. Blinding Light on Brain, and Prev could be the one that falls. No! He might just fall. Are we going to see
Sam
I Am gets the sacrifice.
It's not ultimate. It's not ultimate.
It's not ultimate. They might take him down the siege.
The Wild Seed. The Wild Seed.
Take down the siege. They take
No
him down.
way.
Oh! Windwalker Paladin 2v2. Here we go. 57% dampening.
Sea-Doo out of mana, Trill out of actually out of HP, out of everything here. What are they gonna do here? Windwalker, Paladin, Mirror, who has the advantage right now? I would say Kawhi, slight advantage due to that mana lead. Let's see if they can snowball it. Drake, double leg sweep, rolls in, and there comes the damage. Trill has no trinket. He has his karma, he activates it immediately, and he gets chunked through it right away here. Drake doing what he can here, trying to redirect some of that damage. He couldn't even karma the karma right now. There's the sacrifice by Brain. Brain looking to set up for a drink. Sea-Doo chasing him, but Sea-Doo just keeping the Trill alive right now with the wings. He has this divine favor as well. Trill doing what he can to cut the situation, but it takes too much damage. Sea-Doo needs to go for the divine favor. Doesn't even have the mana for it, and that is going to be Trill going down there. What a devastating loss for OTK. They get the kill, but then they get caught up in that crossfire. Drake takes him down. He takes Sam down, takes the egg down, scrambles it, takes Trill down, takes everybody down.
My goodness, Kawhi on fire here in this series, turning that game around in their favor. And we've had a number of close moments too where they almost became cross kills, and I feel like this is happening like a lot more than normal. Am I wrong in that?
No, we definitely have way more cross kills this season.
Yeah.
Do we know why that is?
I don't know. Faster
Team's
pace.
playing really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
we're just seeing these teams that they're really cutting it close in terms of cooldowns, and when the game gets that late and you see Zwen up, Drake's able to make some huge plays in order to actually take down Sam IMC, who was just in an unrecoverable situation. Such a close match, 63% dampening, Windwalker Paladin 2v2, and I kind of feel like, is that the matchup that Kawhi wanted? Like, were they anticipating a cleave composition coming in, like maybe the Death Knight Windwalker, and they were trying to counter that? Because that did not look stable. I mean, I feel like they probably would have been more comfortable in like a mirror match than that, because that was an extremely close matchup.
Yeah, and I mean, just look how close this was. Sam I am so low here. He's got the cauterize. He's trying to do what he can here. Sea-Doo in a paralyze. Sam defending for himself here with these sheeps. He gets the sheep swap there onto Brain. He gets the sacrifice. And at this point, he just realized, okay, I need to spam damage. Spams out the fireball. Goes for the re-sheep. Gets one more pyro. And there it is. Combustion comes back up. He gets one final pyro. But then at this point, Trill trying to incapacitate Drake. Beautiful double blind there by Brain, setting this up. Drake chases him down, procs the Nightface Seed, takes down Sam I Am right there. And then here, of course, the 2v2 situation. Drake with his leg sweep rotating back up before Trill. Trill has no trinket, so does Drake. Sea-Doo has no mana as well. And Brain has a sacrifice, Sea-Doo does not. So definitely a slight lead here. Actually, a significant lead, I would say, in terms of that 2v2 here for Kawhi. And at this point, I mean, Trill, he just needs to try to force Drake off of him with that, with pressure, so that they can maybe try to reset a little bit and get some cooldowns back. But at this point, they're just too far behind. Brain drops the sacrifice and just line of sight Sea-Doo. Doesn't want to get crowd control. Sea-Doo now going for the heals, but just 0 mana left in the tank, 0 cooldown, so not able to use that divine favor. And that's going to be the end of Trill.
What a frustrating couple of games in a row as well for OTK. If they weren't frustrated from that last series, they've got to be feeling it now. And it's just not looking good at the moment. However, we have seen this team pull together and do some incredible things here. I wouldn't count them out just yet, but their backs are definitely against the wall here. Kawhi already up 1-0 in this lower finals here. If they lose here, they are knocked out of this tournament, and they no longer will have a chance to be in that finals position for a rematch here. OTK now really needs to figure out what they're going to do here against this team. What map do we think they're going to pick, guys? Soup Teas?
Something small. Dalaran probably. Sounds like pretty neutral. Maybe Blade's Edge for the Mage to get more crowd control on Brain. I feel like Mage probably gets ahead if it's just like an open field fight to the Boomkin. So I feel like there's not... What if Prev goes Mage Moonkin blind? No, they're not going to. But they got Prev out of there. So
we don't even have to guess at anything.
I feel like that says something.
Oh my goodness, a mirror.
That says something. Like they weren't comfortable with the Boomkin, so...
I really think they locked in the basically the way I think the blind pick went is Kawhi said, well, they just lost to Moonkin Mage and probably think we're going to play Moonkin Mage. So what are they going to play into that? Okay, they're going to play a Cleave. Let's play a comp that's good into Cleave. And then OTK just opted to play Windwalker Mage Paladin, maybe looking for the mirror match. I don't know, but I think that's kind of where that logic came in, because this is what I expected. I expected that we see the mirror match all the way. OTK versus Kawhi. Kawhi kind of defending their territory right now as the best Windwalker Fire Mage Paladin in North America. I mean, they are the champs from last year, and I mean, let's see if they can do it, or if OTK can rise to the occasion and beat them at their own game.
Yeah, we're going to find that out right now. Game number 2 is live. After those nail-biting game number 1 that we just saw, going down to the Windwalker Pally 2v2 situation, 60-something% damp. I mean, I don't know if we can get a better game than that, but it's going to be exciting. We got the Windwalker Mage Mirror here right now, and I do believe in the Windwalker Mage Mirror, it's all about those Paladin setups and those Mage setups. Sam I am immediately getting erased there by the first combust. It's going to be Ceralium pushing the trigger right away right there. Sidu responding with that Blessing of Protection, and now let's see what OTK decides to do here. Sidu looking for crowd control onto Brain. He gets the Hammer of Justice. Sam I am now pushing the combustion, but look at Drake, paralyzed, and Ceralium collects the combustion here. Actually keeps it onto him right now, just going back onto Sam I am with his own combustion. Sam I am must have clept it back there earlier because he didn't have it now for the enemy combustion, and that's actually going to be 2 small victories in favor of Kawhi so far in this mage race.
Sam falling behind here in the mirror, dangerously low. Sidu in crowd control. That's an ice block. This is absolute domination right now by Kawhi. If they can keep this going, I mean, this is devastating. Zwen's out. Trill needs to make a play. He's pushing forward on Ceralium, but Brain is just bombing in heals off to the side. It's no problem with Avenging Wrath up. Sidu gets interrupted. This is absolutely devastating. Sam down to half. Drake all over him. Looking to stop these polymorphs in Ring of Frost. Dodges the Ring of Frost, but Sam is edging it at the moment. Drake needs to try and move very closely to the line there. Walks into it. Brain dispels. Sam gets a huge Rising Sun kick. Now Ceralium getting blasted down by Trill. These Windwalkers going at each other's mages pretty aggressively. Double stun lands there from Drake. Sidu moves in, but gets paralyzed. Ceralium gets stopped by Paralyzed. Both teams shutting each other down excellently here. Trill now engaging with a stun of his own, trying to get some pressure out onto Sam. Not finding it. Blessing and Protection from Sidu denies it there. Brain trading at Blessing and Protection as well, but Kawhi are in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. How is OTK going to come back in this one? Ceralium still ahead in Ice Block. Let's see. Sam I am actually a full Hammer of Justice now onto Sidu. Can he land the Ring of Frost? Beautiful Ring of Peace there by Trill to deny, but the Polymorph might land. No, Paralyze comes in. Trill doing a great job, but finally Ceralium sneaks in that Polymorph. Sam I am all alone once again. Is this the Divine Shield? It's the Cauterize and the Divine Shield and the Sacrifice. OTK, they have nothing left. There's just nothing left for them. In the meantime, they're trying to get a counter kill here on Ceralium. Hammer of Justice does land. How is Ceralium going to survive this one? It looks like Blazing Barrier might be enough with that Triune Ward, full Blinding Light out into Sidu. Keep in mind, Sidu's got no trinket for another 18 seconds. It's it. Oh, it's over. Sam I am's gone. And if they could take down this seed, and they will, Kawhi will claim game number 2. Incredibly dominant performance. I mean, you look, Brain Cell, so many cooldowns, Ceralium as well.
That's like a perfect game. They literally got perfected, I feel like.
Got
Like they didn't get it. They got... Okay.
I stole that from the previous one. Shout out to Matt.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. Shout out to everyone working behind the scenes also. I mean, now that we're nearing the end of the day here, everyone behind the scenes has been working so hard to bring this production value to you guys, even though we were still all working from home, and it's been such a pleasure to cast alongside you guys. But here is that replay from game number 2 of the series.
So here they invest so much. They invest the Blink, Dragon's Breath, everything to try to shut down that Polymorph, and they do get it. And here Sidu just got to immediately respond there and try to hold on to that Cauterize at least, but because there's no way only the Cauterize is going to keep him alive. And here's kind of a Desperado attempt onto Ceralium there, trying to get some pressure, but Brain not in CC due to that excellent positioning. Brain still has his Trinket Sacrifice, worst case scenario, doesn't even need to use it because of a lot of those peels from Drake. Double leg sweep on Sam and Trill stacking up, and that is just it there. Ceralium getting a nice Ring of Peace. That egg is going to get cracked, and that, I mean, look at the damage here as well. Yeah, actually a bit closer between the
Pretty
majors
even.
than I thought. Actually, yeah, very even all across the board. But I feel like there's a lot of scoreboard damage coming out of OTK, whereas there's a lot of meaningful damage during setups coming out from Kawhi in this match. Honestly, they just played a way better mirror game start to finish here.
All right, heading into game number 3 here. OTK on their last chance to make their way back into that North American finals position here. Best of 5 series loser knocked out of this tournament. Kawhi looking incredibly strong right now. If you weren't considering these guys a top dog team before today, I seriously hope you are right now. These guys are dominating this bracket right now, and they may just find themselves back in that finals position here. Empyrean Domain will be the map that we're going to be going to here. That is from OTK, as they did just lose that last game here. Kawhi now halfway through their timer to pick their composition. Do you think it's likely we're going to see another mirror here, Ven?
Maybe. I feel like probably. I think Kawhi is going to lock in. Why would they not? I mean, that game looked great for them, so they'll likely lock in the exact same composition. And OTK, I guess they have an option, but probably their best option is to just lock in the mirror, I would think. So I think we will end up seeing it. They just need to clean it up a little bit. And I know that at least on the ladder, these teams do go back and forth. It's not completely one-sided from what I've seen, just like watching streams and stuff. So OTK still definitely has a shot in this one, but Kawhi kind of showing, they're not messing around in this series. They want to get their rematch at Cloud9, because Cloud9 is actually the team that sent both of these teams down to the lower bracket. So the only team that both these teams have lost to is Cloud9. I think that's going to make for really interesting finals, but Kawhi confidently locking in the same composition. OTK, what are they going to do?
Yeah, that really is the question, and it's so true. On that note about Cloud9, Ven, OTK, and Kawhi, both really, really wanting to get back into that position here. OTK locking in that composition once again. We're going to see 2 mirrors in a row. Special treat for us, not something that we often get to see. It kind of seems like once one team loses in a mirror, they sort of shy away from it, but OTK said, not today. We can do this. We can make this happen. We can win this mirror against Kawhi, and I hope to see them do that in this next game here, Zico.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually like this. I think, with mirrors, they can look like that, If you have a bad start to the mirror and the other team is riding the momentum and, things aren't going your way, you're trying to stop a setup and you end up investing a lot to try to stop something and it sneaks through anyway. One guy maybe makes a mistake here or there and all of a sudden things can spiral out of control very, very quickly. You become a little bit desperate. You try to do a desperate push and that puts you even further behind. All of a sudden, it just looks like you got stomped, right? And that happens. So I like that OTK. They still have the confidence here. They know they're top tier players. They're going to just shake it off, go for a new mirror match here, and try to bring it back. I like it a lot.
And, also, even though these are mirror matches in terms of specs, there's still a lot of customization that they can do with their build. They are in a tournament realm. They have that freedom to swap around and do basically whatever they want with covenants and conduits and soulbinds and racials. Do you think that there's anything special to note that they may be doing here, Ven, in this next game, either team?
I think it's going to be, I would expect Kyrian, Windwalker, Monk, and Paladin, and then Night Fae, Mage for both sides. I don't know how much adjusting they're going to do. I think at this point, until we start seeing more soulbinds available, it's pretty standard. These teams have kind of figured out what they want to do in these mirror matches, what they think is the best. So I think it's just about, at this point, who can really just play better, who's going to execute on the crowd control, who's going to execute on meaningful damage. Like Zico said, I mean, it's one thing to just put out a lot of damage. It's another thing to actually get that damage out with crowd control and, get it, hit them when it actually hurts the most, and you can actually force out those cooldowns. And we'll see which one of these teams can do that better in this matchup. Tournament life on the line here for OTK. Kawhi just one away from moving to the finals.
All right, gates are open. Last time we saw Ceralium pull the trigger first on that combustion. Right now, both mages trying to PvE down those triune barriers. Sam I Am, no shields left, and you can see his HP already spiking pretty hard, and now Ceralium as well. They're going to get a kick there on Sam I Am. Now there's a sheep onto Drake. This is their cue to go. Trill, though, also polymorph there on the opposite end, and both of these Windwalkers, they want to go and press Paralyze here onto their respective healers, and then try to allow the enemy heal or your own healer to push across across the map, get the Hammer of Justice, blinding light setups, and here we go. Sam I Am in a leg sweep right there. Sidu going to respond here with the Divine Favor, doesn't trade out the sacrifice. Ceralium using that combustion. Actually, Sam I Am is going to Klepto it and not cancel it this time around. Then Ceralium actually not going to Klepto it back, which means if Sam uses his combustion, Ceralium can Klepto it as well. Let's see what they do here. Ring of Frost onto Brain, gets shut down, but Sam does get the polymorph. Excellent opportunity here to use the combustion, but if he does, Ceralium is going to steal it. They need a stun onto Ceralium. Takes a lot of damage here, but Brain out of crowd control, now initiating back onto Sidu here.
All right, let's see if OTK can get a cooldown out of Kawhi here. That last game was devastating, so they need to pull something off here, come together as a team. Sam clutching out a big heal there, while Sidu is in a polymorph. Mirror Image is down to reduce damage. Sidu breaks the Hodge, goes for Avenging Wrath. Sacrifice preemptively here, just anticipating Drake's damage on that Zwen. Blind on Brain, this is their opportunity to push for a cooldown. Ceralium on critically low health, trying to kite Alter Time's back with that Soul Shape, but Ring of Peace bounces him into Trill's clutches. Frost Nova gets freedomed out onto Trill. Trill still connecting, but no cooldowns of any significance forced just yet from OTK, and they're on match point. They have to win 3 games in a row if they want to stay in the tournament for that rematch against Cloud9. Drake Nova'd up by Sam. Sam down at half. Ceralium pulling away out in the midfield, maybe trying to bait Trill into a bad position here. Maybe they're setting up a drink, but Brain gets paralyzed. Trill, Dragon's Breath Trill on the paralyzed. Polymorphing him away, trying to stop some damage. Instant dispel by Sidu. Sidu sneaking up on Brain, looking for a hammer. Finds the hammer, but Ceralium's in trouble, and it looks like a bot from Brain is going to trade out here for that connection. One cooldown finally out of the way here for OTK. Sam and Ceralium still the targets. There's a combust, stripped off instantly by Sam. Nice reaction time. Sidu's still in a poly. Sam still very low health, although with that Triune Ward. Brain in position. Hammers down, Trill in a Dragon's Breath. 3 versus 1 on Sam. Drake runs into the ring, dispelled to reconnect. Blinding light out of Hammer of Justice. Insane crowd control from Brain onto Sidu right now. Sam in a lot of trouble with 1 second left here. Leg sweep for follow-up. They're pushing for that cauterize. Trill is denying it, buying time for Sidu to get Divine Favor off. Sam hovers at 50%, but they are holding strong.
Yeah, they're going toe-to-toe at this point. Sam I Am a little bit behind. Do they have the damage to force the cauterize? Just all-out damage at this point. Sam I Am finally deflecting there with the Dragon's Breath polymorph, and Drake is going to sit that polymorph as Brain is just positioned so far away. A little bit of a mana lead, in fact, for OTK at this point. Ceralium just spamming out the fireballs. Is he going to be able to get done? Trill finds the paralyzed, but a beautiful Blessing of Protection on Ceralium before the paralyze goes off. Brain reading that situation beautifully, and as a result, Trill really not going to be able to get too much damage rolling. He's got this Wen. He's got the Storm Earth and Fire. Sam I Am has Combustion. They are ready to go. Who are they going after? A big swap on the Paladin. Brain, what are you going to do? It is going to be the Divine Shield that is forced out. Brain manages to hold on, but that was beautiful by OTK. I like that they're mixing it up and getting offensive.
Yeah, but Sidu now in a Hammer of Justice. Sam I Am excellently kited here with the Battle Master. Should be enough to keep him alive. Sidu gets the sacrifice, but now they're swapping over onto Sidu. Sidu is going to be completely fine there. Sheep onto Brain now. Ceralium on the back foot here. Sam I Am cannot get that alter time with his Klept. Unfortunately, Ceralium just running all the way to the opposite side of the map, but still very, very low. 1% HP, gets the Triune Barrier. Brain coming out there with a big heal as well. And honestly, I would say OTK definitely in the driver's seat so far. No Blessing of Protections there. Nice counterspell by Sam I Am on the Blink polymorph attempt of Ceralium. And right now, OTK, they need one more setup here, and they can force out Brain's Trinket and then potentially win the game here. But it's Ceralium who gets his first crowd control. There it is, trinketing out of that sheep, trying to keep Sam I Am at bay here. Sidu in a Dragon's Breath into the DR poly. Rune of Power gets kicked there by Trill, which means Sam I Am now has an opportunity to go for a polymorph. He gets it. No! Brain excellently positioned on that horse. And now Sidu, though, chasing after him, looking for the Hammer of Justice. Sam I Am and Ceralium both resetting these fireballs as both of these teams keep on swinging.
Oh, hammers down on Sidu first. Sam in trouble here on match point. Dangerously low. Cauterize triggers. He's on the run. He's burning down. Sidu still locked down in crowd control. Are they going to get the ice block here? Sam, desperation. Frost Nova trying to control the fight. Stalls it out. Holds on to the ice block. But now Sidu in a full polymorph. Sidu Divine Shields out of the polymorph. Now he has no medallion. No Divine Shield. Ceralium has Combust. Zwen comes up in just a couple seconds. If they swap to Sidu, he's going to flop, I think. I'm not sure what could really save him if they set up the perfect swap. They're getting crowd control on Brain. They're trying to push Ceralium over. Ceralium has to respect the push and ice block in this position. Both teams on a razor's edge here. 5 minutes in, almost 6 minutes in game number 3. Who's going to connect first here? Who's going to be the target? Ceruleum appears to still be Cauterize available, but that could get shredded through. Brain trying to power him up with Avenging Wrath. Divine Favor, big heal, Ceruleum back to full. Avenging Wrath from Sea-Doo. Sam gets sacrificed. I'd love to see them swap to Sea-Doo now at this point. Zwen is out at the moment for Drake. It looks like Drake wants to go after Sea-Doo. Is he going to be able to survive? Trill protects Sea-Doo with a Ring of Peace. Sea-Doo line of sights. Good teamwork between Sea-Doo and Trill in that position, anticipating the attack. Definitely in the heads of their opponents in that moment. Sea-Doo still line of sighting, along with Sam, waiting to find a target. They've got the medallion, but not a ton of healing to trade if they get caught. Certainly Sam is going to be more comfortable with Ice Block as opposed to Ceruleum only with Cauterize, and he's very low. Brain goes for Divine Favor, bouncing Ceruleum up just a tiny bit. Sea-Doo in Polymorph, not getting targeted just yet. Drake trying to get back onto Sam, but Ceruleum is falling behind. He's going to Dragon's Breath Trill, Polymorph Trill. Not able to get a Poly on the Dispel just yet here. Drake in a Dragon's Breath. Samayam switches Poly to Brain, though. Ceruleum in trouble. Is he going to be a Trinket Sacrifice? He's trying to hold on to it to pair it for the cooldowns, but we know how quickly you can die during that combustion.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Ceruleum keeping himself alive. With is he going to use the mirror images? Waiting to use that for the damage reduction, but Samayam with his combustion ready to go. Ceruleum, he does have the Cauterize, but still vulnerable without that Ice Block. Such good exchanges by both these teams. Little mini games between these two Paladins. Who finds the Hammer of Justice? You can see Brain positioning in. It's a Ring of Peace away. Nicely done there by Trill. Buying Sea-Doo just a moment. Samayam taking a huge hit of damage. Paralyzed on Sea-Doo. Brain there to follow it up with the Blinding Light. Trill just spamming out heals in desperation. Brain gets the Hammer of Justice paralyzed. Trill tries to shut it down, just trying his best. Now, Ceruleum just so far away. Dragon's Breath on Trill. Good crowd control here on Brain, but Ceruleum diffuses that situation with a Dragon's Breath of his own. Trill just cannot get back to target. He used a lot of his rolls in order to deny Brain's crowd control on Sea-Doo, and as a result, they punish. But Drake, he just gets swapped behind the pillar. Samayam and Sea-Doo just get the Hammer of Justice, a two-person mission, getting Drake's a lot of his defensive cooldowns at the same time. Samayam getting swapped to, almost getting dropped. Drake still going after Samayam. Samayam, how is he going to hold on? Sacrifice comes in from Sea-Doo, 20% dampening at this point of the game. That was the combustion from both mages, as both of them get a lot of cooldowns out of the way.
Yeah, and Brain sat down there, got himself a nice juicy drink there, about 20% mana recovered, and now Kawhi have the mana advantage here, a little bit of a cooldown advantage too. Both of these Paladins bubble rotating back up basically at the exact same time. Brain has his trinket though, might need to use it right now. Drake in a Polymorph, Brain in a Blinding Light. Where is the damage? Where's the stun onto Ceruleum? Beautiful all the time. DR Sheep coming out onto Brain, one more, potentially into a Dragon's Breath here. Samayam trying to get some more crowd control, trying to push Ceruleum over the edge, but Ceruleum is going to survive there. Sea-Doo sitting down for a drink, but Drake stops him immediately here, and both of these Paladins completely tapped on mana very, very soon. Samayam has his Ice Block. Ceruleum is going to have his Ice Block in about 20 seconds. Samayam actually might need to use his Ice Block here as they push for crowd control onto Sea-Doo here. They get the Blinding Light there. Samayam trying to look for a Dragon's Breath, trying to get a Polymorph here, and trying to set something up maybe onto Drake here. Still doesn't have his cooldowns from that swap earlier. Let's see what they end up doing. They go after Ceruleum once again. Both Pallies in crowd control. Brain's going to break out first, and he's going to keep Ceruleum alive right now. Nice counterspell onto Ceruleum. Big push here with that combustion. Samayam gets the trade, and he's going to be able to push that Cauterized. Brain now super low as well here.
Yeah, Trill's going after Brain, trying to take him out, but not able to find the kill. Two targets are low. Ceruleum pops mirror images. They polymorph Trill. Kawhi are trying to recover here at 28% dampening. It's going to be very difficult. They're kind of behind at this point. Maybe it's closer than I think. It's just momentum in favor of OTK right now. Brain stops the damage with that sacrifice. Divine Favor, big heal. Trill gets Frost Nova on his images. Well timed by Ceruleum. Drake is laying into Samayam right now. Sea-Doo's trying to heal him through the damage, but it's quite hard at 30% dampening. Ring of Peace on Sea-Doo. Brain looks like he's trying to drink. If Brain can get a mana advantage here, that's huge. Brain is getting mana. It's match point for OTK. Brain is putting his team back in the game. Look at that mana bar. Look at the mana bar. It's almost back to full on that side. That's a lot more in the gas in the tank. Sea-Doo is now trying to drink. Brain's trying to stop him. He's not able to get there. He does scare Sea-Doo into stopping the drink, but Brain's now caught in a poly. Ceruleum could be in trouble. Sea-Doo's on top of Brain. Are they going to go after Brain? He's got no medallion. They want to go after him, but Sea-Doo got crowd control. They're actually intercepting Sea-Doo. Maybe both Paladins in trouble. Brain in trouble first, though. 1 second left on the hammer. They crowd control the entire team. He has to Divine Shield. OTK, they're behind on mana, but ahead on cooldowns.
Yeah, that was a beautiful swap, capitalizing on that situation. Brain used his mobility to move in and kind of got stuck there. And then they got the Hammer of Justice and were able to force out that major cooldown. 35% dampening at this point of the game. Full leg sweep here on Cerealium. OTK all over the map at this point. Sea-Doo moving forward for crowd control. Paralyze on Brain. Can he get a Hammer of Justice? A blinding light. 2 follow it up. Cerealium looking for a polymorph of his own. He gets interrupted. Sam taking a bunch of damage now. Cauterized procs. He's got the ice block. Needs to be very careful. Oh, such a scary situation. He gets low. He trusts in Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo uses the Divine Shield to bomb out some heals and keep him alive, but that was not the combustion of Cerealium. Both these mages have Ice Block. Both these mages have combustion, and sparks are about to fly.
Yeah, both of these mages, both of these teams have pretty much the exact same cooldowns right now. One trinket ahead on the side of Kawhi. Let's see what they can do. Who's going to pull the trigger? There it is. Cerealium immediately rips out the combustion, and that's going to be the ice block from Samayam. Samayam still has his combustion, sitting that ice block, waiting for the enemy mage combustion to fade, so he doesn't need to waste his Klepto. But Cerealium could Klept Sam's combustion and cancel it. Still a lead here for them if they don't stun Cerealium or go after Brain. Now they're doing a swap over onto Drake. I don't like that at all. That swap didn't net them anything there onto Drake, and now Brain gets the sacrifice actually off onto Drake, and that's about it. Samayam now, what are you gonna do? Sea-Doo in a polymorph. Samayam, no cooldowns left. Sea-Doo, no breakers left. No blessing of sacrifice as well. If he comes out of here, Trill spamming out the Vivifies, trying to keep his teammate alive for these final moments here, Sid.
All right, let's see if they can keep it going. Cerealium ice blocks. That's it. They stayed in the game, but that drink from Brain could just win it all. He's got quite a bit more mana over Sea-Doo. Sea-Doo has Avenging Wrath up, though. He's got to keep his team's momentum going here with that Avenging Wrath. Just doing overwhelming amount of damage. 46% dampening, 46% healing reduction. Cerealium blinks back to Brain, waiting for some cooldowns. But really, what cooldowns are you waiting for? It's so long before anything of substance is going to be available. Sea-Doo has a sacrifice. The cooldowns are still ahead slightly for OTK. Brain is running around the map trying to stall, maybe even trying to drink again. Really, Brain? You're going to try to drink again? I mean, if he gets it, it's going to be massive. I think he is. Brain's mana over in the corner. He's almost back to half. Sea-Doo's totally tapped. Sea-Doo's working with nothing. Can he keep it going? He goes in for the Hodge. Cerealium has nothing. Cerealium is running to the ends of the world, and he uses Alter to go back to center field. Trill is trying desperately to catch up, paralyzing Drake on the fist. Cerealium blinks for a poly, catches Sea-Doo. Sam's in trouble. Sea-Doo trinkets out. He's got nothing. Into the full hammer. It's match point. Samayam, what are you going to do? He Dragon's Breath Drake. He Dragon's Breath, but he's so much damage. They pop at the Seed procs. Are they going to be able to kill the Wild Seed? Yes, they will. And Kawhi pull it off 3-0 against OTK.
That was such a back and forth mirror matchup. OTK really stepped up in that second game in that mirror matchup. It did not make it easy, but Brain sneaking away for those drinks. Beautiful crowd control from both teams. Very evenly matched, but it will be Kawhi that does advance to the finals for the rematch against Cloud9.
You are absolutely right, Ben.